Hey guys, Coach Bricks here. Hope you're well. Hey, next thing we're talking about when it comes to speed. We talked about some acceleration, deceleration, the different types. This is called repositioning step. All right. And I think it comes into play, especially on our athletic deceleration or athletic stop, what the foot does. It comes into play even on our acceleration. If you're in an athletic position, okay, where you're not in a split stance, okay, where your feet are parallel there, many people misinterpret how the foot should move. Most people say, well, you got to take this foot, the step forward, because if you take it back, you're going to run into a false step. Well, that's not necessarily true. In most cases, it's not true at all. Okay, I think many people misinterpret what a false step is. I think they greatly misinterpret what a false step is. And it's been preached on for many, many years by so many sport coaches that don't understand how the body actually functions or actually moves. So they're telling athletes misinformation, and it's actually slowing the athletes down. So if I have two athletes and they're both in the athletic stance, I say go. One athlete drops their foot in what I would call a reposition step, where they're getting there now, their feet are here, okay? One's going to go back a little bit. All right, so now they're in that split stance position. And the other person stays here and then tries to put their foot forward, okay? The person who technically drops back in the reposition step, in the split stance, will get out faster, okay? Unless the other person cheats and just guesses the time and hopefully plays out to what the guy's going to say go. The person says go. And the reason being is because the body has a hard time in manipulating how to take that step forward. It's very easy for it to take a quick step back as the upper body moves forward, so we tend to have a better body positioning. It has a hard time of just stepping that body forward because there's nothing to push off of. The body needs to push off the ground. So it's tough for it to get out of that position. But you hear so many people yell, 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 yell all the time about this false step, false step, false step, false step. It's not, okay? You need to understand what a false step is. And I've talked about it in many of my other videos. It's when I always look at, if I look at the hips of an athlete, okay, they're in the athletic stance. If they take a giant step back, okay, and they take a huge, huge step back, and that hip comes back, and the upper body comes back, and everything starts to move backwards, yes, I would consider that a false step. But if you take a reposition a step, okay, short, quick plyo, step back, as the upper body's moving forward, that's how the body moves. And I've done it in almost every single case I've ever done when we do team speed training in general. We have, because I always get kids to say, oh, you got to take the step forward. I'm like, all right, you don't put your foot back, you go ahead and you watch what happens. And naturally, 9 out of 10 times, athletes, without me saying anything, drop their foot real quick, all right, and then go. So I think this is a big, big one to actually really talk about and really discuss, because I think too many people harp on these kids about how they do it wrong. And in my case, I can't stress this enough, how important this step is. Doing it correctly and doing it the right way. And like I said, 9 out of 10 times, I don't say a word to an athlete, they automatically do this. Now, are there ways to make it even better? Yeah, because a lot of athletes, when they do step back, they stand up. So what I try to do is teach them, hey, listen, when you drop that foot in that reposition stance, in the split stance, how that upper body leaning forward so we can get out much quicker. All right, so there are ways you can teach and stuff like that. But I wanted to go over this because I think it's a big topic that really gets hammered home incorrectly on, and it's unfortunate that we don't allow the athletes to do what naturally comes natural to them. So we got to get back into watching athletes, how they move, how their body adjusts to certain situations and stuff, and allow their bodies just to do it. And then you just coach it up from there. All right, like I said, I allow it naturally to happen. And then what I do is I said, all right, guys, let's just get the upper body to move a little bit forward. You're going to make yourself a little bit faster. You're doing this part right, but let's fix this. Okay? So that's one of the things on the reposition. I wanted to talk about this because I know I get tons of questions on this, and I think it's a very, very important topic. All right, guys, this is Coach Brick. Stay strong, stay blessed. Remember, greatness never rests.